When you start a new inventor assignment, if you are if this is early in your class and you're just doing parts alone, you can stick with the default project, and that will be fine. Once you start creating drawings or assemblies, then you have to start using what Inventor calls projects. And the reason for this is because Inventor is parametric. If you make a change to a part file, it will update in the assembly. If you make a change, then it will update the drawing. So these things are related to each other and they're linked. So what that means is once once you go beyond a part file, you cannot move or copy a part file to another place. You can't rename it using Windows because it has to stay linked within Inventor, and Inventor uses the project file to do that. But like I said, as long as if you are just creating parts, then there's nothing linked to it. So you can rename a part, you can move a part, you can copy, all those things. And it doesn't matter. But once you go beyond just a part file and you create a drawing or you create an assembly, now they're linked and you cannot move them. You cannot rename them using Windows because Inventor won't know where to look for it. And when you send me your work, as long as it's just a project file, it's no big deal. I can open it. If it's a drawing file, it has to stay within the project and it has to be sent with the pack and go procedure. Or else when I go to open your drawing, Inventor is trying to find the part file where it was located on your computer or what it was named when it was on your computer. Okay, so you can't just change these things around. All right, so when you start Inventor, unless you've turned it off, you will have this home screen pop up. And over here, you can see the list of different projects, okay? Now, I've got a bunch of them because I've been doing a bunch of stuff. And it shows you which one is the active project, and it gives you the details about that project. So to create a new one, you come up here, click on Projects. And if you have one that's, maybe on a flash drive or some assignments at some point I give you, and you download it, there may be a project file already in that folder, or maybe I've told you in the assignment to create a new part file within that folder. So either way, if you browse, you can look for one that's not listed already. Most of the time, you're just going to go new. And we're doing single-use projects. And if I come right here and navigate to where I'm going to save my work. Okay, now most of my stuff I keep on an external drive. If you're working from home, you can certainly keep it on your C drive. You could keep it on an external drive of some kind. Double click that, and I keep all these things organized by my classes. So I'm going to go to 1105, and I just want to start this one in my 1105 folder, okay, because I've got them sorted by weeks, and I would recommend you do the same kind of a thing there. So you can go create a new folder here if you want to, or it can do it through the project wizard. So I'll just click that. Okay, now I'll come up here and give my project a name. I don't know. I'm gonna go with my last name, and then I'm gonna say, 1-1, if that's the assignment name. Okay. And then I can come right down here, and I could type the same thing. Okay. And it will create a folder. It'll create a subfolder called that assignment name. and I'll go next. Now, right now, we're not dealing with any libraries other than the default libraries. So you don't need to worry about this. You could hit finish before going to there and it'll finish. All right, now because I'm creating a new folder, it's telling me it doesn't exist. Would it be created? So I say, okay. All right, and you'll see that it's created this project name and it has created the folder for me. Now down here in this lower part, most of the time the defaults will be fine on these things. If you have worked, let's say you've worked on a project at home and then you bring it on a flash drive to the lab, or vice versa, you started at the lab and then took it home, and some things are not showing up. Maybe your templates are not showing up, or the content center is the most common, sometimes the materials library. You come down here and expand folder options, and it shows you what is set up for these things. And the defaults are fine. That's the way it should be. But if you've moved a project from one computer to another computer, these things may be saved in a different location. So the thing to do would be to click on one, and you can change back to default, and that will load it back up for you. Or you can go edit, but you got to know where these things are stored at. And with your installation is different than what the installation in the lab will be. Ooh, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to change mine back to default. Okay. It's important that you use projects. Okay. It's important that you use them, because when you send me the files through Blackboard and I download them, they need to be in a project that's been packed.